Happy Imbolc and Groundhog's Day is tomorrow. I'm Piper. I have a master's in folklore. I'm also an Imbolc baby, spring Sabbath pagan baby. This is my master's. Hold on. What I like about this video is that it started very organized and professional. Imbolc comes from the Irish word meaning in the belly. The halfway point between winter and spring, and it starts on February 1st and ends on February 2nd. How did we get this Celtic pagan holiday where we're celebrating the melting of snow, the beginning of spring, and how did it turn into a mayor in Pennsylvania holding a rodent and telling us whether there'd be 6 weeks of winter or not? Also, since it's my birthday tomorrow, let me be indulgent. I am once again asking you to celebrate my birthday. Getting Down and It's Late, it's the last book in my series. Thank you. So we can start with the goddess Brigid. In Celtic mythos, she's the goddess of all of the things. And I have a video, if you give it a scrolly scroll on the folklore playlist, of how her lore went from a pagan deity to a Catholic saint. And it's fascinating. She's great. And it ends with a bunch of Americans doing this. The snow begins to melt. It begins to be spring. There are lots of ways to celebrate Imbolc if you want to beholden to traditional pagan practices. And I can post some of those at the end. Groundhog's Day is a form of weather divination, which is funny because a lot of the people who celebrate it are good old Americans, and it comes from the Pennsylvania Dutch, and Pennsylvania Dutch aren't Dutch. They speak German. It's the Amish people. It comes from Deutsch, which is the German word for German. It was a version of the tradition of Imbolc that they brought over. A lot of conflations of myths and lores here. We're in the belly of the lamb. Lambs are about to be born. Making Brigid's cross, we have displaying white flowers. And then in Puxatawny, on high we hoist a groundhog, and if he sees his shadow, he's like, oh my god, my shadow, I better go back in my hole because it'll be 6 more weeks of winter. However, if it is cloudy, then he'll be like, no shadow means spring is coming earlier. How do people not see that this is a form of divination? This is witchcraft. It's American folklore, and it's so grandfathered in that they don't even think about what's happening. Again, it's also my birthday, and so while we're being indulgent, I wrote a book about demons and pagan gods and fae. It's called No Other Gods, The Deer and the Dragon. This is it. People are saying nice things about it. Being born on pagan spring Sabbath is definitely not evidence that I am in any way fae. In fact, it says on my mug, definitely not fae, and they can't put anything on a mug that isn't true, so that's how you know. You can trust me. Celebrate by researching Brigid, collecting snow, making springtime themed things, watch the Groundhog's Day marathon on TBS, and by supporting your old pal folklorist Piper, because halfway point between winter and spring, we've almost made it. Good for us. That's all. Thank you for indulging me on my birthday. Love you. Bye.